everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Wolfquest. This will probably be a series, depends though. We have our lovely boy Raven here. He actually has a bit of backstory to him, so let me read over what I put in his bio. After being released from a zoo, Raven is struggling to find his way in this world, though the 2 years of living in captivity, being fed more than sustainable, nutritious food, has made him healthier and physically stronger than most, though having less energy to hunt or do anything, meaning our boy's a little bit on the lazy side. Setting out into this new world, eager to explore and find his place in Yellowstone. And this is where his journey begins. He's ready to set out into the amazing world of Yellowstone with a bit of inexperience, I'll say, but still eager as ever to explore and set the world out, find his way. There's a chance he might not get a mate this year. It really just depends on if he manages to get a mate in time, or if he will live out a year in solitude before going ahead and finding a mate. As of right now, this boy needs to get used to all these scents. We're playing a little bit on the realistic side here. Our boy is a bit bold, he's not cautious at all, and he just has to get used to all these new scents. Of course, this would be generally confusing for somebody who was held up in captivity and then suddenly being released into the wild. And so smelling new wolves and such, he wouldn't know exactly what's friendly, what's not friendly. He still has instincts, of course, but they've been dulled out over the years of being spent in captivity. So he does not know how to hunt whatsoever, and needs to explore. He's following the scent trails, getting distracted, of course, by multiple things, including the smells of packs. We don't know how or why he was released from the zoo. I'm going to take a guess and say that he was released from the zoo due to probably the zoo not following the laws of owning animals and such, and he was forced back into the wild. He's trying to follow these footsteps because he's like, his instincts are telling him to follow. His instincts are telling him to follow the scent trail of elk, and he's smelling these wolves too, wondering if they're going to be a hassle. It's dust, now he's on edge. Seems like this herd is just running all over the place. And looks like what we saw earlier was probably an elk herd. And he encounters first wolves, though cautious as he is, he doesn't want to try anything. Alright. He He's testing this elk's patience. Getting all of what it is. Alright. Now he's like biting at it. He doesn't know what to do. He's not smart with this. And so he's just following the elk, chasing them down. And he set his eyes on one of the babies. He knows to avoid the hooves, because just running, he got caught up in the hooves a bit, and that hurt. Soon he'll learn all the tactics of hunting. But as of right now, he's being careful-ish. And it appears that the mama was missing, hitting him somehow. And it appears the elk mom was glitched, but oh well. Trying to bite the mama, trying to persuade her to let her baby go. Going for intimidation tactics. And a hit with the hose has persuaded him to take a more easy approach. Maybe if he backs up enough, they'll start running. And it appears it worked. Now trying to tell the mama to back off. And it appears that they don't want to back off. And that's quite alright for him. He'll eat his full. And the elk mother seems to be grieving the loss of her child. Maybe howling will deter her. It seemed that this mother finally decided to leave. Hearing all these howls is confusing him. Back in the zoo, there wasn't many. There was barely any howls or other wolves at all, except for the two to four that were in the same enclosure as him. Safe to say, they were all closely related, having been born from two wolves in the vicinity, and then him and his siblings were moved into a different enclosure until once they reached a year old. So he only knows how to interact with family, not other wolves. And doesn't know what's over there, nor does he want to. Though with a full belly and being quite sleepy, Raven decides it's probably best for him to take a nap. He has some food, he'll wake up, be hungry, eat, and then probably continue on his way. After all, there's no reason for him to stick around. He'll be spending his days roaming around, hunting and sleeping until he learns the way of the wolf. And it seems that other things found him. With nighttime now here, he blends well into the night. He has no need to hunt again for a little bit, though he still will growl at coyotes. Oh. He doesn't know exactly what they are, but they bit him and now he isn't too happy. Deciding to be wiser and not pick a fight, not knowing what exactly they are, and he has no need for that carcass right now. And nor does he have any need to really do anything else. So, back to roaming it is. You smell bone? What's that? He follows it because he's curious. So, aside from doing bad the narration, where if I'm mixing things up, I normally don't narrate like this. So, yeah. I'm trying to play as a wolf who's never been in who's never been in the wild before, suddenly found himself in the wild. So he's curious and everything. Yes, got the achievement. Sorry, got happy there. So, looks like he's gonna be continuing on his way. Looking around, smelling dens, finding everything they can. Looks like that's another antler. There's many antlers around here, probably, which means this was like a ground for elk that was showing their antlers or something. Though he doesn't really know where the antlers come from. Oh. Almost running to a rock, he decides maybe it's best to go another way. He does not know about any of the other territories or other packs yet. Once he gets hungry again, which will probably be a bit, then he'll decide that it's finally time to hunt again. But as of right now, he's fine with just roaming around the world. Here in Amethyst Mountain. He'll probably sleep in other packs and such and learn his lesson. Though for now, he's fine with looking around the world. Finding his place in the ecosystem and all. So far, the only thing he's seen is 2 wolves, a couple of elk, and some mule deer. He hasn't seen much else. So, he doesn't know what to expect from the world. For now, it's just a matter of exploring. He smells many things, mostly elk and other wolves, though from the scent they're male. And he's not too fond of other wolves. Something in his blood tells him that he would pick a fight if he had to. he simply decides to just continue roaming around. Pronghorn. He wonders what that is. Well, he has nothing better to do, so might as well go check it out. Maybe land a couple bites or something, just play around. He doesn't have a need to kill anything yet, but he's just curious on what they are. He takes a bite out of one of them, though quickly deciding against chasing them for fun. He got curious on what they were, decided to chase, and found out they are way too fast for him. But these mule deer, however, maybe not so, but then again, he's not that hungry, not worth the effort. He won't waste his energy when he doesn't even need food. That's weird. Things smell different here. Smell a whole lot different. Rabbit. He's hunted rabbit before. Because, yes, they would showcase... Oh, he thought it was a rabbit. Well, I'm sorry, poor fox. He truly did think that you were a rabbit. He's just exploring now. Roaming around, though, soon he'll lay down for a nap. Once he finds a good spot that seems safe enough. Walking up the hill, he decides that this would be a perfect spot for a nap. Sleep until the day comes. He didn't want to sleep in that strange scent that smelled an awfully lot like a wolf. He didn't want to risk accidentally meeting some males. No, with all the smell of pronghorn and his stomach saying that he could use a snack, he decides, well, maybe I could go for one. He's not the fastest by far, no. But maybe going for a new meal would be easy. As he doesn't quite remember how to track where he last killed his meal. That's something he'll learn when he gets a mate, which shows him how it's done. Deciding it's probably best to follow the elk, because they provide a much more nutritious meal and he can hunt them and then go right back to sleep. He may not be the hungriest, but he doesn't know not to waste food. After all, after spending so long in captivity, he doesn't know much about overkilling and such. If he sees something that moves, his first instinct is to kill, because his instincts never were really dealt with in captivity. They were just nulled down, and now that he's back in the wild, they're coming at full force. There's so many scents and it's overwhelming him. That's a moose. This is his first time seeing one, though something tells him not to mess with it. And none the wiser and deciding to not risk his life on something that's like 3 times his size, being a little bit scared, his tail between his legs, He decides probably best to just go back to hunting the elk calves. And the baby elk. Whatever they're called. He knows somewhat, but no, he doesn't like the fact that there are other wolves here. And growling. And it appears he didn't have to use his teeth for this fight. He sees the calf. Deciding to test his luck, he lunged right into the middle of the herd, trying to get them to run. Because his instincts are telling him that things would be a whole lot easier if he were to make them run. He doesn't know how to get them to run. Ow. That hurt a lot. And these stupid elk just aren't running. He knows what to do. A howl might help. Sprint, growl, sprint, growl. Did he finally get him to run? Seems like that was correct. Finally, the elk are running. His instincts are screaming at him to not go for the healthy ones. To try and go for much more weaker prey. Growling. As he saw the baby fall down and he couldn't miss that chance. He's gonna try what he did a long time ago when he first hunted. Run away, then run right back. Though it didn't seem to work that well this time. Run away, run back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. He tries to keep that in his head. He's running at them, trying to get them to separate, even if just by a little bit. Let go. Ow. He needs to be more careful. That's the third time he's gotten hit. Alright. Go. 1, 2, 3. Let go before the mother gets you. He's trying his darn hardest. Let go before the mother. He's trying his hardest to get this calf, but this mother just won't let up. Alright. Calf is almost dead. Alright, this mother really is not letting up now. Come on. Almost. Calf is almost dead. It doesn't matter. And there we go. Finally. That was... would have been better to just abandon the hunt now that Raven thinks about it. That was way too much effort. I skipped over all of that because I already know what it is, and Raven wouldn't quite know about that. Raven could use a nap. Safe here-ish. No howl, though. Howl of victory. And then nap. Sleep off all his injuries, hopefully. Dreaming, though very weird dreams, albeit she's never seen these creatures before. Looks like some wolves found him. He's not in the mood to get bitten. It's not worth the effort, honestly. He's still recovering from mild wounds. And it's not good to pick a fight one after the other. Hearing howls, so he has the urge to howl back. So he does. And his instincts are also telling him to go near the closest howl. His instincts are pleading with him to follow that howl. So many different howls, it all confuses him, but he picks one direction and decides to keep on running. He howled and somebody responded. He feels like he could probably use some more experience, but the overwhelming urge to find a mate to help him hunt is, well, too big for him to resist. And so he starts running and running. He just runs and runs and runs. Mule deer. He's not hungry. More mule deer. Once again, he's not hungry. He's not picky about a mate, so he'll probably just go for the first one that he sees. Albeit he won't really know what to do when he finds a mate. Or finds a dispersal. He doesn't know what that is. Territory scent marker? He's marked territory before, yes. Back when he was in captivity, they would go around and pee around the enclosure, which was quite small. Pronghorns. Those fast little creatures. Elk. Bison. That's a weird smell. Raven's never smelled that before. And there's another moose. He doesn't want to deal with that. He doesn't feel like hunting again, still recovering from injuries. Oh, it's the river. He is quite thirsty, so a drink won't mind. A drink won't hurt. Right. Hearing a distant howl reminds him. How close is he to the howl that he's been trying to follow? There it is. He would have missed it had he not howled again. He was sprinting at first, but now going back to a meaner canter. He just has to keep following the howl. Keep following where he heard the noise. If he feels like he got lost or maybe went too far out, then he'll howl again. He can't see any wolves though yet. He sees the mule deer, but his focus has shifted on something else at the current moment. That's weird. The howl sounded so close, but maybe he'll have to howl again. He was correct, he did miss it. There's burst of wolves ahead. One or more special wolves are ahead. They're also looking for a mate. It's another wolf. He doesn't exactly know what to do, but he wags his tail. They wag their tail back. Looks like there's another one. They look like twins, but something sticks out to him about this one. The way their coat shimmers like his. How they both look black, but at the same time blue, in the night sky. He averts his gaze, suddenly feeling all shy, nervous, not really knowing much about other wolves. I would also prefer for that one to keep their distance. He wags his tail again, hoping they wag back. It seems like he's convinced this one to know him a bit better. He'll grin at them. And now they've just growled at each other. I don't think the other one is very happy about that. Seems like his simple showing of affection, though. Maybe. No, maybe it's best to get to know their scent a bit. he doesn't like how close the other one's getting. Maybe being submissive will help? And it seems it did. Oh, they want to play. Okay, he can play. He can most definitely play. He's confused at first what's going on, but you realize he convinced this one to want to try it, being a mate with him. That seems nice. You play Ballas wanting to play a bit. Seems like that they're not exactly the type to play, though. He notices the collar on them and nudges at it a bit, curious. Trying to rest his chin on them to get a little bit of a closer look at it. Oh. He's a little bit sorry for doing that. Looks like his mate forgives him. Well, child mate, I guess. Wonders if they'll howl back with him. And he's realizing that he really likes their howl. Sounds adorable. So what probably best would to sleep. He curls up, going to rest, and his mate watches him for a bit before laying down herself and curling up to a ball and resting. And it seems he finally slept off his injuries. He'll roll back at them. It's better to play in with her antics. Now then. It's time we look at her stats. Seems like she's a gray, 3-star diversity, and has strength, so they both have strength, but she also is speedy. Seems like she'll be helpful in catching faster prey. No biography. And Raven is coat U black and genetics black stars KK. And it appears that she's hungry, very hungry. He can, looking at his hopefully new mate, he realizes that she's pretty hungry. Seeing how her stomach is showing her ribs. I mean, it's probably been a couple days since she last ate. That can be fixed. Pronghorns, they're a bit fast, especially since he has nothing in speed. And definitely does not have the energy to catch up with them. So, looks like they're on the move now. He could eat, I guess. He still doesn't quite know how to track his carcasses that he's already killed, so it'll just have to be a mere coincidence if he manages to encounter them. His mate will have to teach him how to do that. He smelt elk, or at least you think he did, but he doesn't see or smell any more of it. Never mind, he smells some. There it is. Oh, the smell of elk. There's more. The smell's getting bigger. The smell is getting stronger, but so is the smell of male dispersals. But although he's sure with his mate, well, hopefully he hopes she'll become his mate. That they will be able to go out and do it. Be able to fend off to male dispersals. Oh my god, my game. Oh my PC. Sorry. Hope you guys are enjoying this level of, you know what I mean. My narration skills. Alright. It seems like the elk are much more quicker to run with the two of them. That could also be because of the extra wolves that were here. Now he feels much more confident in taking down an adult. Though he's not so confident about that. Those two seem to have children. And let him try to go for this one. Thinking against it last minute about going for an adult. Probably for the better. Which means it's probably best for him to go for the calf. Slowest calf. Gotta be careful about the mother though, it seems like she already got a hit on him. Alright, he needs to run. Get the mother on him as she gets the calf, hopefully. Oh, sorry, distract the mother. He'll thank her later for that. His mate seems to want to go for the elk mother, but he's just against it. Smelling that strange scent again, he decides not howling this time. He wants to eat and get out of here as quickly as possible. His mate seemed to really like the meal, so he'll take a chunk to go with them. He'll feed it to its mate later. But now, after killing and exhausting all his energy again, he wants to sleep. Sure, he may not necessarily need the sleep, but he still wants to sleep. He's overall pretty lazy. Looking off in the distance, he does see those weird creatures. He doesn't know what they are, but he can guess it's probably from that strange scent he smelled earlier. And he also saw two big brown things like those two in the distance. He wonders. Now would be a good time to curl up and... Well, first he has to drop this piece of meat. Sally can't sleep with it. Now it's time to curl up and just take a nap. His mate watched him for a bit before curling up as well. It seems both of them really enjoy curling up. Being awoken to a howl was not one of the best things, but he won't mind much. He looks at his mate who scratched herself. He, of course, lets her walk off with the only piece of meat and eat it. He'll eat the rest. Oh, he gets a little bit sad at the fact that his mate does not want to play with him. We'll try again. Maybe this will do it? He gets happy at the fact that his mate play with him for a tiny bit, though not much. And it looks like they don't want to lay together either. That's okay. But this is where I'll leave off the video for right now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, there will be another video coming out maybe a week or something after this, with probably part 2, since I'm going to be sitting here recording the next 4 episodes in one sitting. Alright. Goodbye, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time with Raven and his lovely mate, who has been yet to be named. Goodbye.